Hello, it's K, the voice of reason here with another video. Today our video is a bit controversial, some would say, but I don't think it should be that controversial. It's a very simple issue. It's a very glaring issue that stares us in the face all the time, especially as Black people. I just, you know, watched the Black Panther movie, and it got me thinking about these things. That is it possible that we as Blacks would have built a society that is so advanced, just like the whites have done? And so that's what got me thinking about this issue. And I think that we as Black people need to take charge of this conversation more, because if other people take charge of the conversation, then first of all, they get labeled with all these racist this and racist that, and so they shy away from it. And if it is going to benefit anybody, is it will benefit us. We need to have an honest understanding of why is it that we, wherever we tend to be, there is this lack of progress, so a perceived lack of progress, or even real lack of progress in terms of development, right? Basic amenities are missing. Like sometimes in our communities, we have, in Africa, I'm talking about Africa, we don't have like water, clean water. We don't have uh, good electricity systems. We don't have we don't have good roads, and the problems. So we need to start thinking, what are we doing wrong? What are these other people doing right that we're not doing? Because think about it, the Asians have figured it out, right? They used to be just like us. Like I've been to Asian countries, and which were not that great in the 50s and 60s, and now they are really doing well. Sometimes even better than countries like Britain and some of the Western European countries. So we need to start really figuring this thing out seriously, right? Not in an emotional way that, oh yeah, yeah. Well, we need to start asking the questions. What are they doing right that we're not doing? So let's start off with the issue of genetics, right? Are they genetically better, right? Well, I don't think they are. Um, that's my personal opinion. I have no scientific study to sort of to go off on, but I don't think they are, because you if you think about it, the people who have the highest exam scores or SAT scores, especially in America, is Asians. But Asia is not the most advanced place on earth. It tends to be Europe and America. Although some will argue that Asians are coming at a very fast pace. But intelligence does not necessarily translate to development. And there's one thing that you need to be aware of, which is culture, right? The culture is the thing that can allow intelligence to produce development. And that's my point. My point is that this is not a genetic thing where whites are the superior race and blacks are the inferior race. It's more of a cultural problem. White people have a culture where they're encouraged to spend their time on things that are important. They like to solve problems, and they are encouraged to solve problems. They like to spend their time on thinking about what if, what can be. They imagine things that are not present now and try to fight for it. They think, okay, well, let's look at Mars. Can we live on Mars? Is there life on Mars? Is there life somewhere else in this universe? Let's go and find out, right? And in their quest for in their adventures, they discover so many things that help them as a society. Whereas in our culture, I mean, I speak for myself, especially the Ghanaian culture. We have so many rules and so many cultural practices that limit our progress. You have even just exploring. You can't go to the farm on a Tuesday. You can't go fishing on a Thursday. You can be, there's a river, there's a Mame Water river god living in the river. So you even just going to dive in the ocean and exploring the ocean floor and seeing which flora and fauna. You don't do those things because you've been scared to death about all these different spirits and different days, and our culture doesn't encourage exploration. And also, we don't embrace people who are different, people who think different. If everyone says A and someone says B, the person who says B, no one gives them the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, let's wait for a minute and think, is this guy making any sense? No, everyone just turns against them and calls them all kinds of names. And that is the other aspect of our culture that is not helping us, right? It's been for Ghana, we've had independence for 61 years, and last time I was in the country, I just couldn't help but think to myself, things are not improving. Okay, fair enough. Some people have big mansions and this and that, but things in general, like the road systems, the systems are not working. The other thing that I think accounts for the difference is I think I've already mentioned it, but it's the time that where we spend our time. We spend our time on things that are not going to benefit us in any way. On funerals, in church services from Monday to the next Monday, we're in church. On what? On political campaigns and dialogue. Even on the radio, you can see that everyone is just talking left, right, center. The idea of science, technology is just we don't even talk about science and technology on our radios very much, right? The airwaves has been given to people who just talk about prophecies and talk about, everyone is arguing, NDC is arguing, MPP, and the parties are just, so the national dialogue is being sabotaged by these greedy leaders who are really not interested in anything more than themselves. So yes, I know that I've kind of turned this into a bit of a rant, but that was not the intention. The intention is to think about these things, honestly, and try to figure out why we're not progressing at the rate that they have. So I'll leave it here. If you're watching this or listening to this and you have a different opinion, please do share your comments in the comment section. Let everyone chip in and let's all figure this out together. Let's be honest about it. Let's not become emotional about these things, because you can't move forward with emotion. You can only move forward with logic and critical thinking. Yeah, so once again, this has been KE, the voice of reason. If you like this video, just like it, share it, subscribe to our channel, and yes, let's continue the dialogue. Thank you very much.